Since I can remember, my aunt and I have always enjoyed cooking together whenever she came down to visit us. So last summer, for my 16th birthday, we both went down to France for cooking classes. There we learned how to make most of the well-known French desserts, including mousse au chocolat, chocolate soufflé, croissants, and my aunt's personal favorite, crème brûlée. This popular creamy vanilla-y goodness was one of the best things I tasted when I was in France. So today, I will demonstrate how to make this relatively easy dessert. Afterwards, I hope that this will inspire you to make this. First, let's go over all the ingredients and how to get some of them. Next, we will assemble, bake, and refrigerate the crème brûlée. And finally, we will crisp up the top on the sugar on top and then eat it. The ingredients for crème brûlée are 1 quart of heavy whipping cream, 2 separate half cups of white sugar, 6 egg yolks, and the pulp from 1 vanilla bean. And I will now show you how to extract the pulp from the vanilla bean. The first thing you do to extract the pulp from the vanilla bean is you cut the bean vertically in the middle, straight down the middle, and then once you have gotten it cut, then, once you have it cut, then separate it. And then place the open side up, and then take the blunt edge of your knife and scrape out, open it a little bit, and then scrape out the particles of the pulp. And this stuff is the stuff that you see in like vanilla bean ice cream. These are the little black dots in the ice cream. That is how you get the pulp from a vanilla bean. Alright, now that you have all your ingredients ready, the first thing you do is you start on a boil. You start off with your 1 quart of heavy whipping cream in a medium-sized pan. Put in the cream. Next you will put in the vanilla pulp and its outside shell, so it can just get all the little bits and pieces that you have missed. And I'll just add to the flavor. And you get that to a boil. And then during that time, you can take a bowl, add 1/2 cup of your sugar, and then the eggs, and then you just whisk those together until they become creamy. Now that the cream has been setting out for 15 minutes after boiling, we can now take a fork and remove the vanilla bean. And now we will add the cream little by little to the egg and sugar mixtures, stirring continuously. And it is now beginning to get much more liquidy and not as grainy feeling because the sugar was in it. Now that the cream, eggs, and sugar are all mixed, we can now fill up our 6 ramekins that are oven safe, 3/4 of the way full. After all 6 ramekins are filled, you can then take hot water and pour it into the cake pan up until half of the ramekin is submerged. This will serve to distribute the heat evenly in the oven. The ramekins are in their water bath. You can put them into a 375-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes until the crème brûlée is set, but the center still trembles when it is nudged in the oven. After taking these out of the oven and letting them cool for 2 hours in the refrigerator, it is now time to brûler the crèmes. To do that, you must coat with sugar on top of all of them. So, you will pour on sugar, and then you kind of just shake it around so all of the top is coated with sugar. And then you can pour the excess sugar onto the next. The coolest part about making crème brûlée is that you get to use a propane torch. I will use the torch to melt the sugar until it becomes a beautiful caramel color. Crème brûlée is the type of dessert that looks difficult to make but is actually not that hard, especially if you enjoy cooking. Today, we looked at the specific ingredients and how to get those ingredients for crème brûlée. Then we actually assembled the dessert, and finally we brûléed the crème. With this demonstration, I hope you now have the confidence in the kitchen to make this dessert just like the French do.